Wish me luck.
You're,
I have great empathy for you today.
you guys are live.
Are we live?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I think so.
There's the end when you're done.
Are we
Thanks.
live?
We're live.
Hi, and who are you?
Lauren, who are you?
Lauren Cotton, and I'm John Licata, and this is LicataLive. Lauren has the pleasure of being my partner today, and I have
Always
the pleasure of being your partner.
Always a pleasure.
You don't like being my partner. I know I
I
make
don't.
you
You're too spontaneous for me.
spon-
I'm
spontaneous.
more scripted. I know
Spice
what
of life.
I know
Spice
what I
of
want
life.
to talk about. I know what I want to say. We have.
Well, I know
an
what I want to
outline.
talk about too.
Yeah, but you ask you throw lots of stuff
Well,
out
I'm going to
there.
throw one at you.
Oh gosh.
So there are a lot of things going on. We have a lot of events going on.
We do. I'm going to
Some
talk
really
about
cool things.
some of those.
Why don't you talk a little? Let's start out with
You want to
that.
start off with that?
You start off
Okay.
with it.
All right. Well, Cheers for Charlie happening this Thursday, all day actually. Almost was going to say evening, but it's an all day event. Licata Group and Clearwater Grill, we're partnering together for a fundraiser for a local child in need, lives here in Locust Grove and Lake of the Woods. And his family is trying to raise money to purchase a service dog for him. So Licata Group and Clearwater will be hosting a fundraiser on Thursday at Clearwater Grill. So come in anytime, lunch, snack, dinner, and 10% of proceeds will be donated directly to Charlie and his family for the service dog. And if you come in the evening, you have the special honor of hanging out with the Licata Group. We'll all be there.
We'll be helping you out, serving and all that stuff. Also
right.
eating some food too.
We'll eat.
Making contributions to a great cause.
That's right. That's
You know,
right.
we really. So if you've ever been to Clearwater, and hopefully you have, it's a local privately owned establishment.
Mhm.
Really good food with
It
a
is
wide
good
menu. And what's really nice is Lenny, the owner, all day
All day.
contributing. Like
All
it's
day.
usually you go to these places and for a few hours,
Right.
it's a X% going
Right.
towards it.
This
And
is all
that's what
day.
we were hoping when we approached him, but
True.
he said,
Yeah.
I'm all in for this.
That's right.
So kudos for Lenny, and also kudos to our community, because I know it's gonna be
Absolutely.
rocking there. It's
I've
gonna
had
be a Who concert there, and people are gonna be standing in line
I hope so.
for a good cause.
I
I'm
hope
betting.
So. I hope
I'm
Clearwater's ready for us.
betting. I know we will have a great
And there's
turnout.
also, I'm not going to participate, but there's also going to be karaoke that night.
So you're not doing the karaoke?
I'm not doing karaoke.
I thought you were
That's-
doing
that's
a
too
Grace
out of
Slick
my-
imitation. No?
No, no,
Do you know who
No,
Grace Slick
karaoke.
is?
No.
She looks a little like her. She does.
I don't.
I don't know if you have a good voice like her.
No, that's why I won't be
Maybe
participating.
McPherson will do something, you know, he seems
He'll wear
to.
his kilt.
No, I don't know if David in a
Do you
dress.
think
and
they
a
have
kilt
any
doesn't
Scottish
sort of work.
music in the
Hey, lot of
files for karaoke?
our country music has Scottish roots, and
Okay.
I don't know about Dave, but he says he's a good singer, but who knows?
Right.
Who knows? But it'll be a lot of fun,
It will be.
good food for a great
Great
cause.
Great cause. Hope
To
to
help
see you
this
there.
young man.
Yeah.
Help
Yeah.
this young man. So that's one of the events,
Right.
which is the first one,
First one.
Thursday night.
This
Thursday night, we're there from 6 to 10, but it's all day.
All day.
All right, what's
All day.
next? What do you got next?
Our Lake of the Woods Cellar Seminar's coming up.
Oh, thank God. You know, we've been trying to do it virtually for
Yes.
years.
Last couple of years we've done them virtually and it's not near as much fun.
So when is that?
That is Saturday, March 26th from 11 to 1. So whether you definitely want to sell your house or you're just thinking about selling your house, make sure you register. It's a free event.
Free
And
event,
it's
good
just-
food?
Good food
Always
at
good
the
food.
clubhouse. We're going to do it at the clubhouse. Free event, free food. Come here, you know, how Licata Group does things, you know, when it comes to selling your home.
And it's the end of March, so the weather's gonna be good.
Fingers
The
crossed.
clubhouse is a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a great way to spend a couple hours. And if you have any interest in learning anything about real estate,
That's right.
even if you're buying or selling, but it is a seller
Yeah,
seminar,
it is seller
it
seminar.
is gonna be worthwhile.
That's right.
Worthwhile. And we generally have a good crowd at those things.
Oh,
But
yeah.
The last few years we've been doing it virtually.
No,
It's just not the
it's
same.
not the same.
Good information, but it's not the same.
No,
Not
no.
the same.
So last but not least, we want you to save the date for our Shred It event also. So that will be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing that event last year, right after tax time. So Saturday, April 30th from 11 to 2, right here in our parking lot here. We will be hosting our annual Shred event, and we will be accepting donations for Lake of the Woods Fire and Rescue.
Yep, so last year was the first year we did it. I stopped counting at like 175 cars.
That was the Who concert.
That was the whole place. It starts at 11, but I
Right.
think at around 10 o'clock, people
Yes,
started lining up. We contract for a shred service, a shred truck there, and they're shredding right as you go.
Yes,
So
on-site
you hand us
shredding.
the boxes, they go to the shred truck and they're shredding right there. So you're assured
Right.
that everything's done. We filled the whole truck
Whole truck.
last year. We were almost out of space. Now, come tax season, at the end of tax season, usually people have a lot of trash to get
Stuff
rid
they
of.
want to get rid of.
And it's not required, but we ask that make a donation
Right.
to the Lake of the Woods Fire and Rescue, which services Orange County. It's
Yes,
not just Lake of the Woods.
Lake of the Woods.
So any donations go towards them,
Mhm.
and they're here. There'll be fire trucks here. They'll be here
Yeah.
helping us. God, we need the help because
Yes.
it is a
Last year, because it was our first year doing the event, we weren't sure how many cars we were gonna be expecting. And then when they all started showing up an hour early, it was a little bit chaotic, but thankfully Fire and Rescue also showed up
thank
early.
God.
And they just took over directing traffic, cause I don't know what would have happened had
The
they
whole
not.
the whole parking lot was snaked with
Yes.
cars. And whether you live in Lake of the Woods, whether you live in Culpeper, whether you live in Spotsy, whether you live in Fredericksburg,
Come on
if-
out,
if- come on out. And then we have
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, which if anybody knows the Taco Tuesday truck, that's also very
Yep,
popular.
great street
They'll
tacos.
be here. We may get another
I think we're
truck.
looking for another truck also, but I just wanna mention the Orange County, Animal Shelter will be here with us again this year as well, so they'll have animals or pets up for adoption.
Another good service to the community, getting rid of your shred, but also we have a little bit of fun doing
Yeah,
it.
it's a fun event,
It's fun and goes to an excellent cause.
that's right.
So those are
That's right.
three things. Bam, bam,
Save
bam.
the date, this Thursday, Cheers for Charlie, Saturday, March 26th is our seller seminar, and then April 30th is our shredded event.
But Licata Group is a real estate company. So what about real estate? What's going on? What's going on in real estate market?
There's a lot going on in real.
Well,
the
tell
real
me
estate
something.
market.
Let
Tell
me know
something.
something.
Do you have a house to sell?
Well, if you have a house to sell, I promise
You
you're
won't
gonna
be
get more.
disappointed.
You're gonna get more for it today than you did last
yeah.
last year, last week, last month.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great time to sell a house. Great time.
What do
to
they
sell a
say
house.
is the best time? When's the best time to sell?
Yesterday,
Yesterday.
John. Yesterday was the best time to sell.
But today will be better than tomorrow.
better than tomorrow.
Absolutely. So, a couple things on that. I know a lot of people are concerned about a crash. Well, there's so much demand and there's so little inventory. It's nothing like 2007. We
No.
talked about that before.
No.
So there's not going to be a crash. But interest rates have gone up significantly almost overnight.
Yes.
It really caught us all by surprise.
It did. It was more than what we were seeing being forecasted.
Yeah, they were saying
High
maybe
threes,
third quarter,
yeah.
fourth quarter, 3.5 to 3.25, and all of a sudden it
We're in the
hit 4.
fours.
That hurts certainly the entry level buyers, first time homeowner,
yeah.
first time home buyers. It really, if you don't have a lot of cash, that really
Absolutely.
hurts that, which is a good segment,
Mhm.
good segment. But I just saw something this week from a forecaster, and he said prices are going to continue to go up, even though interest rates are
That's
going
right.
to go up, just because there's so little on the market. In fact, last Thursday in the entire state of Virginia, there were 12,000 units for sale.
That's right.
Now, if you remember, year and a half, 2 years ago, they were talking about Amazon coming to Arlington,
Mhm.
and they said 10,000 jobs
Right,
for Amazon
right.
alone. Those people need to find places to live. Some of them are buying here,
That's
in
right.
Fredericksburg and in
Just
Culpeper.
doing the commute.
But, that's been going on for a couple of years. There's still so much. I mean, I just know, the VA facility that they broke ground in South Fredericksburg,
That'll be huge for this area.
800,000 square feet, facility. That's gonna bring people
That's
to
gonna
the,
bring
to the area.
jobs.
It is, this isn't, this market isn't gonna change, anytime soon.
No, everything that we're seeing and that's being forecasted suggests it's gonna remain
But
for
like this
several
weekend,
years.
just in the past 2 or 3 weeks, we had an open house, in Stafford. We had one in Stafford and one in, another one in Spotsy County. Two different price points, one in the 4s and the other one, in the 7s. And I think between both of them, we had 30 couples, 30 groups
Yeah.
came through.
It's a lot.
Just this weekend, we had a lower priced home. It wouldn't have been low priced 2 years ago,
Yeah.
but today it was low. In this market, it was low. And, wasn't a whole lot of folks. We didn't
No.
get it. We were surprised.
It's kind of a
that
quiet
It was
weekend.
a quiet weekend. And I don't know. We do a lot of open houses. We'll see how that continues, but, I don't know if it had to do with the interest rates, cause that's at a price point
It could
where
have.
folks are gonna be,
I think
financing.
also it's the market here in Locust Grove, Lake of the Woods is even more, it's different than Fredericksburg, Spotsy, Stafford, it's just a little bit of a different market. And I think that's why it's so important when you're listing your home to hire a local market expert, someone who is familiar with the market. Just because I know Northern Virginia doesn't mean I know Fredericksburg, or, where do I live? Where's the bulk of my business? What, it's, Local
On
market
our team, we
expert.
wanna match our local market experts with the market that we're serving in
Oh,
that area,
absolutely.
with the service in that area.
absolutely.
One of the other questions that, came in at our, 2 weeks ago at our, when our LicataLive was, why wouldn't I sell the home myself? And I saw that and we didn't answer that. We're gonna answer it here. Why would I not just sell it for myself? It's so easy to sell.
Right, just put a sign in the yard,
Just
right?
put it, and you
But
know
not
what?
in your, not if you're in Lake of the Woods, you can't put a sign in the yard.
No, not in Lincoln Woods, they don't allow that, but I think anybody, almost anybody can sell a house today.
Right,
But is it gonna be
for top dollar.
for top dollar? And in this Saturday's Washington Post, there was an article, and it pulled, the National Association of Realtors did a 2-year study,
Mhm.
and it said that by not getting full market exposure,
That's right.
it costs nationwide makes about a 17% difference.
Mhm.
So again, there's some people, hey, I wanna sell it fast, some people don't care necessarily about the money,
Right,
about the top dollar. Okay, I don't think that's most people, but
Right.
some people, they say,
not in this market.
I don't want the inconvenience of people coming through my house, or,
Mhm.
whatever. From a financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense. It
No.
doesn't make sense.
No.
The best is to have full market
Yes.
exposure.
Yes.
So for sale by owners, you're not gonna get the broad market exposure
No.
that certainly they would
Correct.
working with a firm like ours.
Correct.
Firm like ours. And the other thing I wanted to mention, along those lines, along the market, I think anyone listening today understands what a comp is. So a comp is a transaction that happened in the past.
Usually
It could
about
be-
6 months.
It could be yesterday, it could be 6 months, but the market isn't driven by comps.
That's old data.
That's all, if someone's saying, well, let me look at the comps,
Right.
that's old style.
That's right.
Today is driven by competition.
Yeah.
So if I'm one of the only houses on the market, or two, that's gonna change where your house will sell at the high end.
Absolutely.
If there's 10 comparable houses on the market at that time,
It's a different story.
it's a different story. But when you have the one key,
That's right.
when you
That's right,
have
the
that one key,
yeah.
that's where you get the higher price. So that's important to know. And even if you talk to a professional like us today and you say, well, I wanna know what's going on today, but I'm not gonna put it on the market till the spring. Now, the spring's not that far away, or the summer, or after. I would say, well, this is where we're at today, cause I know who your competition is.
Right.
But I don't know what your competition will be
3 months from
3
now.
months from now. That's an important key. I can tell you what's going on today. I could guess.
Right.
But that's a guess.
Right.
Just like, when's the best time to sell your house? Well, yesterday was better than today, today's better than tomorrow. That's part of the reason
Yeah.
for that. So be very careful.
Yeah.
And that's some of the things we'll talk about in our seller
That's right.
in our seller seminar, sort of the best practices that we know by studying the market, by listening to real estate economic
Yeah.
forecasters.
We are
By the way, they're not
students of the
perfect.
market.
They're not
They're
perfect.
They're not.
And just us seeing, we don't sell 5 or 8 houses a year, we sell a couple hundred houses
That's
a
right.
year. So we see across the whole region, so we see what's going on. But 12,000 homes, 12,000 units in the state of Virginia last Thursday. Again, when Amazon came in 2 years ago, they were talking about
Right.
10,000.
Right.
That's just in the DC area.
Mhm.
There are probably 100,000, I don't know how many realtors, there's a lot
There's a
more
lot.
realtors than there are homes for sale.
That-
That's
there are.
for darn
There are. That is
sure.
true. That is a true statement.
The other thing that I heard last week that came from the National Association of Realtors, this is telling. 12% of realtors didn't renew their license in 2021. Why does that happen, Lauren?
They were probably buyer agents.
Why a buyer? Why do you say that? And this is a loaded question.
It is kind of a loaded question.
Why do you say that?
Because it's hard to be a buyer agent these days. The inventory is so incredibly low that most, especially in the first time home buyer price range, but most buyers aren't getting the house the first time they write an offer, or the second time, or even the third time. I have the sweetest little family that I helped just a few months ago that finally the fourth time was the charm, and it's hard. It's hard for the family, it's hard for us as a real estate agent. It's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes, and it can be frustrating for everybody. And
It's
these are-
disheartening. It's
and
disheartening.
these are good, solid offers. It's not like we're writing, bad offers. These are offers that are coming in, over list price and waiving home inspections and, minimal contingencies, maybe bringing cash to the table to make up the difference in an appraisal. I mean, these are good, solid offers that, that it's hard to be a buyer agent.
So there are millions of agents, real estate agents. Anyone watching this knows 12 people who are realtors, right? They're not all full-time realtors. Some of them, work in other professions
Mhm.
full-time. They're part-timers, but everyone knows 12, at least 12.
Probably.
And there are millions of real estate licenses across the country that are part of the National Association of Realtors. And 12%, so literally hundreds of thousands didn't renew their license.
Right.
That's amazing and sort of crazy to me. But, you know, it is a challenge. It's a challenge for everyone
Mhm.
in the business, whether you're buying, whether you're selling,
And,
or whether you're representing.
right, I was
as
saying,
someone like us.
don't get me wrong, it's a little hard to be a listing agent these days too, because sorting through multiple offers and getting a family through, you know, 50 to 100 showings in some cases, and then, you know, sitting down with those offers, and highest price isn't just the best offer. What are the terms of that offer? You know, is it cash? Is it financing? What type of financing? Who is their lender? When do they want to go to settlement? Do you need a rent back? I mean, there's so many things.
There's like 133, just with a listing, we've identified 133 points along the way to maximize the best
Right.
quality experience for our listing
And you know
clients
what?
alone.
You would learn about some of that in our seller seminar.
You'll learn that in our sales seminar.
Don't want to give it all away.
Nope, that is not the secret sauce,
No.
not the secret sauce. Is there anything else? We've covered a lot
We
here.
have covered a lot. I think we're good.
Has it been tough being my yin and yang? I think you're the yang or the yang.
Which
You know,
one's
in
the
this-
intelligent side?
Whatever you want, whatever. If you can figure that out, then you are it.
It hasn't been difficult. It's
It has not been difficult.
not difficult.
You're not.
Today
gonna-
was a good day.
Oh boy. Well, listen. Thank you for listening to LicataLive.
Yes. Thank you for joining
Hopefully,
us.
we'll see you at Cheers for
Thursday.
Charlie at the Low Seller Seminar that we're hosting at Lake of the Woods, beautiful place, and at the Shred event.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
We'll
see
see you
you.
guys.
Thank you.